The Spokane Indians are back to play some ball. This morning we have live team coverage at Avista Stadium to get a preview of what's in store for the team this year.
I think I'm too early. I think there's nobody here at concessions just yet. We'll see if we can figure that out, but we've got your full game day forecast coming up.
And today's decision day for Governor Inslee. This morning he will announce which counties are staying in phase 3 and which are moving back to phase 2. Nicole Hernandez is live in the Valley where she talked to a business owner about what those changes could mean for their restaurant.
Yeah, workers and owners at Longhorn Barbecue and other local restaurants are worried about the potential pushback to phase 2. They say it could really hurt business.
Plus, Inslee also announcing new guidelines when it comes to seating at some venues. We'll tell you about the new vaccinated sections you may see at events like graduations and religious services.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, hey there. Today is the first Spokane Indians baseball game. It's the first time a home game is happening at the stadium since 2019. And we do want to say good morning and welcome to Up with KREM. So glad you're making us a part of your day.
Absolutely. I'm Jada Marie McNichol. And ahead of tonight's game, we have coverage this morning. Look at the guys behind us. They're looking good. I think they're trying to get some concession stand food, maybe a hot dog or a beer at 7 a.m. We always are eating weird foods in the morning here. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones and Jeremy Legoo, of course, they're live at Avista Stadium ahead of tonight's game. Brandon's going to be breaking down those changes fans will see in the stadium.
A little brewski at 7 a.m. Okay, I know Jeremy likes those. Jeremy Legoo letting us know how the weather will turn out for first pitch of the game tonight. And guys, what's going on? Brandon, I know you like brewskis too.
Oh, I love a good little morning brew. I don't know about 7 a.m. though, Tim. Wow, I'm chilling right now.
Yeah, they just assume that I'm going to be back there drinking morning brews at 7 a.m. No, I've got weather to forecast, so let's get you out the door and get you ready for the day. We've got some chilly temperatures to kick things off early on this morning. We're down in the low 40s here in Spokane, but do expect those temps to start to rise now that the sun's working its way up a little higher in the sky. Well, around the inland northwest, it's temperatures on the chilly side. Everybody starts out a little bit cooler early on today, but I think we do watch these temperatures rise rather quickly as we move through the day. On the radar, can't see anything. Here in the real world, well, I look up in the sky and people are probably thinking I'm staring off at the sky thinking about morning brews, but no, I'm looking at the clouds trying to figure out what's going on, and I think we stay mostly sunny through a good portion of the day. So as we look at the day to come, we hang on to the sun. 50s rather quickly here, 60s by the middle part of the day, and climbing into the upper 60s later on this afternoon. And we should stay rather mild right on into this evening. And for all of you wanting to head out and catch some baseball in person for the first time in, what feels like almost 2 years, it's going to be perfect. Temps in the 60s for opening pitch tonight. Doesn't get much better than that, but just know that as that sun goes down, temps will drop pretty quick. We will be back down near 50 degrees by the time the game ends. So bring all the layers. And Brandon, I know you've got some layers. I got some layers. And this is kind of a fashionable layer.
Oh, very fashionable. I like our jerseys that we're rocking here over here today. And like you said, we got this beautiful sunrise on the horizon. It's starting to feel good. You can just feel that ballpark atmosphere. But today, first game since 2019 for the Spokane Indians. I'm being joined by a very special guest, the director of this beautiful concession stand right here. Her name is Darby Moore. Darby, first and foremost, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited. We have been waiting for this day for a really long time, so we're ready.
Yeah, waiting and super ready, but there's some new protocols, of course, because of the new COVID situation.
Yeah. So as you know, COVID year, so we have taken some different precautions this year, just social distancing throughout all our lines and all that stuff. And then we added something new this year for our fans, so they don't have to wait in line, or they can just get their food right to their seats in certain areas. And that's our mobile ordering. So we're really excited to introduce that this year.
Oh, so what is it? How does it work? Is it a QR code or you have an app?
Yeah, so on the front of each section, and all of our section leaders will have these awesome QR codes on a lanyard, and you'll just scan this with your phone. It'll take you right to our menu, and you can order your food and pick it up here at the main stand, or if you're a lower box seat ticket package, then it'll be delivered to your seat.
All right, so that's pretty neat, but I want to ask you, Darby, what's your go-to snack or beverage or whatever it may be here at the concession stand?
Sure. My favorite meal in the ballpark is our chicken pesto sandwich.
What?
It's delicious, and that is one of the items that we will start to offer. And then as we go throughout the summer, we'll be adding more items to the menu.
Chicken pesto, so you got some pretty unique options here on the ballpark menu. Is there anything else people should be looking out for?
I'm a classic Indians hot dog. I mean,
classic hot dog,
yeah,
can't go wrong,
get your
right?
hot dog here. We have our ballpark burger. We'll have some nachos and some other items like that. So
All right. I
we're
like
excited.
that. Yeah, I'm pretty excited too, Darby. You're getting me a little hungry right now. We'll have to wait a little bit, but yeah, if you come out here later today, you can enjoy a nice chicken pesto sandwich.
Chicken pesto sandwich.
That sounds absolutely amazing. I might have to come back just so I can try that. But yeah, we're having a great time, as you can tell, sticking around for a little bit longer. So stay with us. Might be on the field next time. We're moving around, guys.
Oh, that chicken pesto sandwich? Come on.
Okay, that
I
is
need
something.
that.
A hot dog and a chicken pesto sandwich. That's on my summer bucket list.
All right, I'm gonna have to try that. Brandon, thanks so much. And if you'd like more information on the Spokane Indians' first game of the season, you can text the word baseball to 509-448-2000. And coming up in our next half hour of Up with KREM, we're talking with the Spokane Indians' Senior Vice President, Otto Klein, about bringing baseball back to our community. Our other big story of the day, though, Governor Jay Inslee is expected to announce the phase evaluation results at 11 o'clock this morning. Based on the data collected by the Spokane Regional Health District, Spokane is expected to go back to phase 2. However, we don't know if the state will go by this data or their numbers, and if it'll be different. The state could end up using completely different date ranges or different population figures than the health district. Even so, the odds that the data would be different enough to keep us in phase 3 is quite low. And coming up at 7:30 rather, we're going to take a closer look at these numbers to give you a better explanation of the math and why the odds really are not looking good for us to stay in phase 3.
That's right. Moving back to phase 2 will affect local restaurants in a really big way. With this potential change, restaurants are on edge. Nicole Hernandez spoke with the manager at Longhorn Barbecue about why they're hoping we stay in phase 3. She's live there right now to give us a breakdown of how they're feeling this morning.
Yeah, Dana Marie. So I was talking to Erin Everhart, and she really just said that there's a lot of nerves leading up to the decision that's happening today. And that's because of how much their restaurant has had to change because of these restrictions. Right now, this location here in the Valley has an hour less of service time every single day. And the location over in Airway Heights has eliminated breakfast for half of the days of the week. Now, their hope is that they can get back to their regular hours, more of a regular operation. But Erin said that she is concerned that sliding back to phase 2 will really hurt that process.
I think it's a huge setback for businesses here in Spokane and honestly around the country to get pushed backwards. We've been struggling for over a year now, just trying to pay our bills and keep our staff happy and make sure they're getting paid as well. And I think 50% pays the bills and 25% doesn't.
Now, Erin said at that 50% capacity, Longhorn Barbecue is just breaking even. Restaurant profit margins in Washington are between 3 and 4%. Put into perspective, for every dollar they get, they only make 3 or 4 cents. That's why reduced capacity hurts restaurants so much. Erin said she hopes people still come in even if we do jump back to phase 2. She said the restaurant is actually a very safe place to be with employees constantly sanitizing. Now, supporting your local favorite restaurants at this point makes all the difference to keep them afloat. And based on the numbers that we are seeing from the Spokane Regional Health District that they reported, it does look like Spokane County will move back into phase 2. But of course, we have our local leaders pushing and asking for the governor's office to consider having us stay in phase 3 despite those numbers. But either way, no matter what that decision is, it is definitely a nerve-wracking day for these restaurants. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Well, coming up on Up with KREM, you might have gotten a letter in the mail about a settlement with Blue Cross and Blue Shield Insurance. Turns out it's not a scam. After the break, I'll tell you how to check if you're eligible for some of that settlement money.
And still to come this morning on Up with KREM, Mayor Nadine Woodward joins us this morning to talk about today's announcement. She asked the governor's office to consider keeping Spokane in Phase 3. So this morning we'll ask the mayor what she thinks will happen if we get bumped back to Phase 2.